Pramo atu obusan fema munyina aha UTV so eni omayimu ene amakodroso nsam ayensa kane aboabo no eno ena edu so ayede ebramo efri abeka junction ewo enkrakropon mu this way chocolate drink osido hia ene enso special ice enu so ensu mu ode ene mu eyakojin ena for special drinks enu so do pebia no ukona nyanto boase kiremu a wo akasa ebeyibi ede amaw sa enwumako ene afoforo enkae na akambom asoyasene ayede pram to breka seboy ebramo Sanso and a DSTV channel 360 kase boy ye twa egusuo na de ebedimu akutini bi enie Adam kuma wa mashibedwafie ede atu edwase Bank of Ghana eja wonum atwa sika 22 billion ede agumode ma aban no ena oswafo be de atwa so man sika sam to so de abetu dwase no kra bia eni saa ensam no emu Sanso ena Bogatanga Central mashibedwani so ede atu dwase sika mashibedwafo agi atum de wonsa hyase ede atu aban enim se no na wonfa ma oman ho bra no sa aban enim na safoforo bia ebeka ho de na kwan bia so wonom eba edwaso a 2025 won be hwehwemu a emu edoye pa Nkuma chireba twidan abusua panyi aja wono anso eka eye kanema panyi owura John Evans Atamis abusua no ho de atodwa se won be do mbetin bia ama Atamis Institute no wo mu agya odwumaji amakodo so ensem emu no se akwa Nigeria memu abano atoto Nigeria suapon Nigeria University dodo no emu na no ena enipa pempem am ye Nigeria nyumefate wo ho agumonten so a wo ye oyekere editia aban no ewo ho Awusanfo wei ane ensembia ebi account na editie na edihwe ene aso no so krogia ye de ebramo ewo UTV so ewo enkran abeka junction Midday ade afia editumboa brosa me ena pram to beka sebo no me de ebramo afi emu ensam enie Oswafo be de akira wo so man sika sam tutuo so no anso ene mrahibedwani ewo dwoso abato mpesua so mecha Dr. John Apontia Kuma wakasa de atodwa se ensem bi edom kuma ewo mrahibedwafie wonom ahyase ekasa Bank of Ghana wonom afa kwan bi so na 22 billion Ghana cedis wo matwa ede ma aba no opanyi echese no kura bia enimani nti se Ghana fo eti ensem bi etisa wonom mu na ni chesi adwe esanse sabi eyensem a edom kuma no peso tumi gina so etu emfutru anu ya edigu Ghana fo ani ewo ho
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Speaker who spoke before me said the Finance Minister came here to speak English and didn't speak economics. And the economics I heard this morning from him is that if BOG, Bank of Ghana, grants overdraft or forward length an IMF SDR facility of 4.5 billion and gives a net drawdown deposit of 6.1 plus the overdraft of 11.4 which constitute the 22 billion. The economist he understands is that Bank of Ghana has printed money. This is the worst economist I've ever heard. If this is the economist we are being taught this morning from the NDC and our brothers in the opposition, then it is very, very, very bad for this country. Mr. Speaker, if you read Section 30 of the Bank of Ghana Act, clearly it is within the remit of the law for Bank of Ghana to grant overdraft and support to central government without printing money. And I am surprised that just this signal is the meaning of economics to our friends on the other side. No wonder they left us with a doomsday economy. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister indeed spoke economics and told us about the state of where we are currently. And we have agreed right from the beginning of the year that we shall stick to fiscal consolidation and ensure that we are able to reposition the economy from the difficult position that we found ourselves. In the beginning of the year, government in 2022 budget announced that there will be a fiscal deficit of 7.4 from the 9.4 we did last year. And furtherance to that, the government announced a 30% discretionary cut in fiscal activities. Mr. Speaker, that is reflected in the mid-year budget, where the fiscal deficit has further been reviewed downwards to 6.6%. That is an indication that the government is committed to ensuring that indeed the fiscal consolidation and the measures that we are putting in place to ensure that we bring down our debts to sustainable levels are clearly achieved. I want to appeal to Ghanaians to keep faith with His Excellency the President and his team and support the government to reduce the impact of the global crisis on the nation and to tackle vulnerabilities in our economy that make us prone. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
For your to akase bono eso sa ensemi ho na Bank of Ghana wonom ade krata ababonten ajes won panyimfo do wonsa ahyase na domo kan atwa Ghana fo nyina e wo sa krata nyina ne sei sa ensemi ya ononyamfo ato forcing wayire ne ho bawe na fe wone ensamtrofo ekasa wo ho na obo Bank of Ghana force bo sei wonom aprinti sika 22 billion Ghana cedis wonom ede beso abanyasene ama abanso de atai budget no achi no si nukrobia enimo tomenunti Ghana 40 sa ensam na wonum entwam nko esanso position no womo ekeka sa ensam no akeke na from akasa e de apre enya de womo pese womu enya na no echinom de to dwase ansa na Bank of Ghana wonum ebe printi sika bi agum no gisa akomra hye bedwafie ama mra hye bedwafo nyinada e de wonsa ahyase abobo hu agye atum ansa na ya momo kwan amomo aprinti sika e de ama aban enu nti no ensam mra hye bedwafo kano nukrobia enhyeda enim wochese ononyafo ato forcing na wakasa ade afa 2022 Midday fiscal policy review na no wosoafo show mansi kasam to so wa keno for yata de kwato udwa wo mrahye dwafie no hu na sansemi wafa show wode etu mfutro ehu Ghana for enisa no the Bank of Ghana for eka nyina ne sensema opposition for ade etu dwa nukrobia enimu sansemi eye Mame Sandra Thompson a one eye secretary Emma Bank of Ghana no eno de nsa say what to be amani and some trofama some trofonso yensa akambia UTV ya kenka bi amamo etie yet wakase bono eso waswafo anampo mrahye bedwani ema oboase west abato mpesua so a wono anso ene chairman ema committee on finance eye ononyamfo kwaku agima kwaten wono so abo opposition anampo edom kuma e wo mrahye bedwafie so bo say wo ma hyeda ena mo keka nsem bia enya no korɛ efa Ghana sikasem se de beya wo mo akasa betumi ede ageni political points bi ede ama wo mo ho.
Mr. Speaker, we have seen this morning a selective use of data, especially from the minority, to create an impression of doom for Ghana's economy. What have Ghanaians done to us? Mr. Speaker, I agree with Honorable Atifo Singh. I agree with Honorable Opoku Bobie. I agree with Honorable Isaac Adongo that not all the factors are external. That is true. Oh, Eric Opoku, I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, not all the factors are external. I agree with them. Some of the factors are domestic, and the minister did indicate that in his presentation to us. Mr. Speaker, it is those domestic factors that have been responsible for Ghana going to the IMF 17 times. Mr. Speaker, when we went to the IMF the 16th time, Mr. Kenoforiata was not the finance minister of this country. Mr. Speaker, in those 15 times, as a country, we went to the IMF for bailout. It wasn't Nana Abidanko Akufo-Addo who was the president of this country. So if today we have the opportunity to deal with a matter that has been worrying our economy for so long, why would people jubilate that the current government is on the defensive, or the current government has indicated challenges to which we must all find solutions? Mr. Speaker, my own disappointment with the presentations I have heard this morning is that for the average Ghanaian out there, hoping that Parliament would be contributing to the solutions the minister presented, if necessary, improving those solutions, so that the people would know that as leaders we are fighting for them. Mr. Speaker, they would watch us and see members of Parliament jubilate and cheer that the country is facing challenges.
Mrashibedwane Emma Bogatenga Central woni ononyamfo Isaac Adongo nso akasa de atodwa say sika ya na aban edeba oman ho bra ne kwa mrashibedwafie mu nyina keka wo ho agitum na say aban anim na de asie na mpo sika odebeba oman ho bra no wo boka wo akire anampo okofa bi wo baabi ebeka ho anampo di mane boro so pa di aye no kwan bia se ne NDC ba edwa so 2025 a wo beye mu hwehwe mu yie pa na o mahu de etue mu.
He says that his interest payment has increased from 37 billion to about 41 billion. Again, that gives him 3.8 billion. If you add these two, you get 7.5 billion. The minister had also forgotten that he promised COLA to workers. That COLA, if you calculate it or just without the entire compensation, works up to 4.6 billion. When you add that, you are getting a total, both in terms of additional expenditure and in terms of revenue shortfall, of 12 billion. And you are saying that you didn't come to ask for money. What else did you come to ask for? When you add that 12 billion to his 37 or 38 billion, you are getting a deficit of 49 billion. You are here asking for money. You are asking for money and saying that you are not asking for money. Mr. Speaker, if you are not asking for money, the 22 billion that you took from the Bank of Ghana, what did you use it for? It wasn't in your budget. You are indicating additional expenditures of 12 billion. You have taken an additional 22 billion that was not in your budget. And yet you are here saying that you didn't come to ask for money. Where did you learn that kind of mathematics? Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious matter. The truth of the matter is that these numbers exposes the Minister for Finance badly. And if he had any other intentions other than to scale back and hold himself and stay within the appropriation, the better. Because any expenditure above appropriation will be seriously scrutinized by the next government, and I will not be surprised if some people end up in jail. Mr. Speaker, they keep saying that it is Russia-Ukraine war, as if the bombs are landing in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, the Bloomberg own report, which is profiling countries that are very close to default, put that at number 2. The Ukraine is where the bombs are landing. It's far away in number 8. Ukraine is far away in number 8. Even those receiving the bombs are better than you. And you are always crying about Ukraine war, as if you have received one bomb. Please, Ukraine is lying at number 8. Those who are going to default, it will take a century to get to Ukraine. How for you it can be tomorrow? And that is the problem you are faced with. Mr. Speaker, the problem we are faced with now is a group of people who have no clue as to how to manage the economy. When you advise them, they won't listen. When you tell them to review something to improve it, they say, hey, it is cancellation. Mr. Speaker, the whole world is looking up to you. As of yesterday, the capital market was waiting to see something tangible in this document. They are more confused than you yourself after you deliver this document. Because in this document, you are not telling them how you are going to bring back your capital market that is collapsed. You go to the market, even as a government, to look for 4.6 billion, you can't get it. You get only 1 billion. After you have enticed them with the highest interest rate of 29%, they say they won't give it to you. That is very serious. Serious liquidity challenge. You are almost heading towards insolvency, and you are still here trivializing this matter. Mr. Speaker, the international capital market, half of them, they don't want to hear our name. When you mention our name to an international investor, say you are enemies of our money. So they will not bring money.
In Kumach Rebatri Dine Abusuya, Penny, one Dr. Cadman Mills, no also any Kanema Penny or John Evans and Tamis, one baby, Koninu and Bema. One more Akasa de Atuja say. At a Miss Institute, as I said, or Maji at a Miss Funu Abosho and a whole near Mass, say, or Muntija, cry, you more Busiano. Was see Wamunji or Muntumu. enu ntino won be form lawyer for so na what dey see onjumedie anokwan.
The Atamils Institute, run by Koku Anyidohu, and which was responsible, apparently, in mobilizing support for refurbishing Asomdwe Park. I went there yesterday, again, because I wanted to be sure that I saw what I really think I saw. The Asomdwe Park and the work that was done there, differences, of course, in aesthetics being acknowledged, I'm sorry, is obscene, to use a very strong word. I did not recognize Fifi there. It was the very first time that I went to Asomdwe Park that I was not emotional. The place, of course, is called Asomdwe Park. There are his pictures everywhere, some quotations of him. His name doesn't appear in any of the quotations, except, of course, the logo of the Atamils Institute. I saw his grave. There his name appeared a little bit, except that it was spelled John Evans Atamils with a hyphen between the two, for somebody who claimed to know him very well, even though the person who has the name himself has never put a hyphen in that name. Otherwise, everything was about them. And they used this so-called refurbishing to promote themselves, to promote their institute, and to promote their paymasters. That's not what Fifi stood for. In my capacity as the oldest living sibling of Professor John Evans Atamils, as the person who Professor Mills designated in his will to be the executor of his will and also the custodian of his legacy, and now in my capacity as the Ebusia Penyin of the Nkrumah Chirba Trida Nebusia, the family has decided that we will contact our solicitors to make sure that they explore all avenues to stop the Atamils Institute from operating. I would like Ghanaians to know that the so-called Atamils Institute is unauthorized. It is also unsanctioned. It is unappreciated, and it's most unwelcome.
Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, wamu dwumadie foforo afa no de be ye adwuma no, wamu abie so de akere adehia, wamu waterkrade. Enu achi wagina so de atodwa say, won be ye won niema yie pa se de be ya won be gina so de osompe mu do ama omanfo.
Enkan no, nanka SNIT no, bibia oya afa ne be kofa paper owo branch bia I just oba head office I just o concrete ansa na wa betimi abeje o pension na corner bra ne nkrofo bebre wo mu ba abefo mfidie bae a ye fiti ase de ye adwuma no sesei no ya sesa adwuma ye num kakra sania sesei no se wo ko adwuma ni na ko pension na oba now the application betumu a acha yemfa ne say on the average obronika is on the average bese na otwe mienu bi de na onsa aka osika eni se wotu kwan se wo ball guy eni se wotu kwan eba tamale anase obankran ansa na onsa kan de okọ eni snitch branch bi e ben wa bokokra bi wo ho ball guy bi wo ho south anase axim na wa o de ko axim ho na now the application ko tumo ne ayebe ya ma won kran no eno ayebetimi ayama wo axim enti ye de abefu mfidie no aye adwuma ama sese ya tretre ye no mamu Emma Senate pension claims no eko wano
abring nyina no ye hwede betum na yenya Senate papa yeko pension at least yen pension pay obotum wabo hen na ntase na nyi wo papa but wa chechire mu ma ye hu baby a sinto no ofiriba Senate for zambra na wadi ye adwuma mbra hen na ye de ye adwuma nti se oyede nsise bi ba hen na ye da adwuma ye fo wona no no ye betum ya afefi ho na ye hu da oyede ye hwe sansise bi na oyede obambre no mu ma ye pension kosor anazo da oyede ye push na etum ye nya akotua papa da akotua papa no say ye di wo calculate Senate no odo a ye kofia obotum wa ma pension a obotum na wa survive yen till then yankopon ankasa obotunsa no za friend
for years to work as a bonus on your quotation and no greater Accra Mantemu afi homowo afasha no empanifo adanedi
empanifo yen se safa hye ofori so boso me ni de dikan eno bi firase na se adwumadi eti asema e da so se me bɔ tofa asikire ne se ya mamre ene ya ho odin na mpanifo ayen se safi homowo afasha obabedi no se na da oye no dede ye ode tabo no ebeto so wompene so emo bibia enye dede ewo kurum afi odi dwumadi dodo na ene be hye so bi etise clean up exercise street carnival cycling race bicycle akansi ene akansi akeka ho ni ashite akonfrate manche editor Christopher ene nkramofo nyina nim se tabo no de ato dede yeso no wonhwe no wendi so ene sa homache obi ba be sora kwa akotiem se nkramofo mebɔ mpaye na kosia dan so no Christopher akogina sore dem ayi dede aden a wosum nyame na nasese ne be na sumdwe mapa be fa no ntuma padie fra e wo station ne patamu ena afia koku e ho no munti no sa tabo ni wohwe no wendi so
station machacha make mambi fe mi pe mo fe mo ko ni ba fata wo hi kayi gbogbo ni nyesa nyekawo abashipa afine basa ko kwa ban tashin afine mri mo fia mo ahie ne ba ke na de make son le fa ba ni akawa ba yafine ma pa tashin me fe fai ni agme no fe no he woke ekome fe mo attraction a machine ekomi femo no mi pe hewale yo.
We are calling on all Teshimen to come together as a community and a society so that together we'll be able to tackle the common issues of poverty, underdevelopment, and move our society forward.
Homo is our own celebration. It's a time for fun, and it's a time to pay homage to our ancestors and generally enjoy ourselves. Let us do that. Let us not try to instigate trouble, foment trouble, or get involved in any trouble. The law will deal ruthlessly with anybody who is found getting involved in violence or trouble making. Having said that, I am myself looking forward to a very excellent, a very happy and a very joyous Homo, and I urge all to do the same.
Afine lehun wana much improvement. Yewo afiyeli emi. Wofe wona hey kokome boni ameyiyo ame afi fefe o. Ewo noli kan intwi noji. Wo ho afine wo fe wo yafie ne bahingme no koni me kokome lehun emulate wo example le mi e hwe keke jagese afie wo ye lojuba
for your work as your bono eso Obuasi East Mrashibedwani woni ononyam for Dr. Patrick Boachi Yadom akasa de atudwa se COVID-19 empani aye wo memu no se de asantema ntemu ade hye na se atwi woni no ono kwaye ne nwa kakra
Monyamfo Dr. Patrick Boachi Yadom kasa yemu no na wochire mu a mantema hodo o magane mo COVID-19 panie no wan wokura na asante mantam no ene dikan na we no ayade a ha adwempa na bo man so ka bebre orumonyamfo no kire nsemu sei
ye nyina nim modem wa na kufu ado na ban abo efa COVID ho abra eba ya emu aye dendenden na o tu anamon bia se de be obobo me ni hu mienu nyina ye ho ban ekoba se was say a walk pioneer be a friend of COVID vaccine. Yamiadum, a Bible no more day ma COVID vaccine idea. A be a shatter of my mobile. Now, the young woman said, I can't say a man for the door now the quack walk. And they Ghana fire, the Yugosua air walk. Menemo can say, a nipa bear 7 million. A do and watch any chile and our pioneer. And so yen room pen soa. Mampanyine apomdile enim therefore ehwehwe say they do a beboaye and there will be a new population of 30.8 no the number abetimi amenya herd immunity no and then 22.9 million almost 23 million and as I say ya minimum kasai nipa 18 million and our panel e chese ye wadwuma ye
na no akire no na banka chipanyina wo no na oboss east mensi no de wona no Madam Faustina Amisa enso de to Ghana fo nyina nim se COVID-19 pane no nya no kreda se wo bibi boni bi ebeto nti Ghana fo nyina no obi anya hodaso no ne onko wo pane no ebi
wo wa yare no ebi kra edu ba bia obetest positive de be nam so wo pane na ama wo ahoode na akosoro ni ntino entimi emmo wo ento ho.
Environmental Protection Agency mpanyufo akasa asha nananum hemfo no manfo a wonum ewo asamama enu watiwa west mainstream wapo mantambo se ekwan bia so mani nenyumaku ahodo hodom no wodi wani bedi wondwumadi achi paase da beye wondwumadi a wodi no emfo ha bia eni sunsanso bone emre wonom.
Mpenfo Free Environmental Protection Agency ejina wana mamra Act 1994 so enani amanfo no ekodi ahia wonka saye mo no na odito nanim se aban enti afoma godie tuo nanso kwampa obi bia befa so obetu afoma godie na enko se asase enko se agapade na enko se nsuo no eno ho komo eno no omudi no ne saye so nti no ogina so hye wombo so obi bia wonam sebu anase kotikwa so no otu afoma godie no Environmental Protection Agency mpenfo beboa na nipa no watumi atu no so sa opanye kwankyere for Environmental Protection Agency adwuma eko no wo na namu ewa premantemu Felix Ado Ochre echirensemu sei
community no ma yehu se etike no kura wabapen no no bae no obajeje nsase de small scale na se wa obabio so obeye large scale according to community no mo ni how na emom ni how on se adwuma etike beye no ni oye deda no reclamation di ntokro bi ho a ontumi nkata so nwieye wontumi nkata so anwie enti oba beye no ansa na waye kese no anaso obeye ni nyina preko enti kasa ni nyina course ni nyina hu se ohawa community no wa nsase na aya nkrofo betu a won kata so no enti se etike ebey na omo ba beye adwuma wo hoyi se omo beye no ombe kata so dia ene omu ni ha obia enti anoma yipie asundie se yenso ye behwe se ye ma won tumi krata no a sa ne ma ni nyina ye de behihim se ese omo katakata we na di ntokura de da ho de da no o make sure so makata o na o masiesie no se ne be ya o betumi akoto so e de aye umfu wo mumfu
na no akire no na John Kwasi Okran wo environmental consultant e de ma ATK mining company ono so ebo amanfo ni nyina no ba se babia galamsey foto ofuma gudie no wase asase no obehwe no wayinsisi mapabro ni se reclamation na afi asase na tima sanya na nimu nyampiem
company bia eba asase so a sabi asase ne wowura obeba beto ni wura wo ho na adwuma wo so dada sabi untu fa sanka obi ade wabra wo manehwe nti there will be compensation.
Fantia kwa South DC a woni ononyamfo Ernest Ofosu akasa dia to dwase galamsey dwumadie ama abonefo sam akro no sam ne awudisam apagya ewo Ghana titru ene osino ewo epoye mantem.
Abanka chipenyere ne kasa yi mu no na wochiri magalamse ko no sese na kamia kwese kosiko na nso no gina nkwantia okona kwakoye dimpa enam sayo so ama hoho so de omo ho agima galamse no otupa wo magana mu we ama kro no wudie ni mo na to enso akosoro pa abanka chipenyere ne kasa yi mu no na wochiri mu a so behu se ekuo bi etu galamse na beyi mpenifo asutiri obeba bechi nipa ne pepepe endi na nu endi na nsa obehwene nipa no asa bebiem na galamse ni tua ena wotu openyini chiri mu a eyade akwakoye wo hawde am mpa wogya pade wo asase ni wonsu seya na esei
na wohwe galamse no a ne kureni ne ko ayeden kakra na mitumi kwachi bi pa ene de mechi obechia achiri no obehu anom sa ne nam abonten na de mekura de ha mene se ukotu na okata so a meni ho asem na president kura kase ochi mining nemom se obeye no kwan paso utu a wakata so uko baby asemie ni ho nemom ukotu na uja ho obekọ baby bebre no bon se omatu ajamna na gugu osa ema ede ohaw eno nti eguso a ye omo engagement ye omo engage se wombe kata so aban no so won hye bi a o kata so na me send the letters akoma eye dissect akoma woni a won mine e red zones no o hwe can water bodies river brim the letters akoma omo so bia every that 100-meter buffer no mu na ya mo deadline no etwem ya se da yiyani na da ya be spark no ma hu se binum afri ho ebinum so da so ho da be spark de yakwachewa eno de de ko court straight
na no achire no ena openyana kopie mu ofanti akwa south mensini ni mu a woda wona no se district police commander DSP Raymond Mahama Idrisu ono so kasa no wochire wan penifo de sese egu apono so a wona wotu galamse ye won patam ho no nyina no enche bia no betu on so sa
ye patrols na ye hu obi a ye free se bia sa nipa we ye anaka bia stop and check ye check nkrofo wo kwan so a wo wa se nkro bia be hu ye dance say ye ko patrols na adade a we have those plans in place ye be make sure say obi a benye no fa wodie eye na juma without any problem so far me by at least 1 month no we map up a strategy that is the patrols, internal patrols I call around at the mining sectors, make sure that there will not be any robbery attempts. I don't know any hard journey. Probably to maybe attack no more gold in the normal. So far me by the any problem like that because of the traffic. The patrols that we have put in place, those from Accra and other external divisional operations, because of that, things are going well so far.
For near come Sapram to Rekasi boy if UTV so war and crying Abeka Junction. Yet was so a poor mantum so far when you onunya for Seth, Kwame a champon Akasa, Astro Manfo United through and you make quack a sack say war memony and crank say will be a phone support to enter bench yamwa ban pass the bay bet me aboa ama engumesuya akosuna etumpon eye e Ghana.
Pencils of promise. Ankra Juma ya oso abayasene na obwa mpuntunyuma ebene odanya yakukuresi we ukranya mianimnie mebo klo agogo nananom naneme a womu na kuye wonde abaso kese sanse wo baaye no wojoma wa 2 eno no mba Anglican asori asase so na Anglican akyerefo wo hasoso Midday so asese so gina 112 na me bo pencils of promise for abaso ye one free share dua obedane edumakuo ye ankwankwa edumakuo wo man yi mu no ye no odi mfinhye du na mfinhye du na wo di no eno so anamo na watu ya ene abepie wapue mantem hai de nyame ase se wo ma mesumani abehunu bi sara na ban totosre ankwankrefo a eduo wonsem na wo pepa se oni aban be kan bomu na yaboa ye nsuku ntitiye no na ma ye mofra no so adis kire ene adesua akwanim se na tie wo amaama afoforo so no.
14 years ago, a dream to build just a school in Laos by our founder Adam Brown has become a movement of passionate donors, staff, and communities. We believe every child should have access to quality education. We do this by creating schools, programs, and global communities around a common goal for education. In our program delivery, we partner with local governments and communities to positively impact learners, teachers, and parents in high-needs communities in Ghana, Laos, and Guatemala, and we have so far completed 589 schools globally, which is currently serving over 200,000 learners. And I am pleased to report that to date, we have completed 194 school projects with ancillary facilities in the Volta, Eastern, and Oti regions, a testament of what we are also witnessing today. I want to state again that the structure we have put up today, it is for the KG and the lower primary. Please, nobody should change this.
Ghana Water Company Limited for any abriye pa. It's almost as one man for one afa kwan bone so atwetwe nsuo ko mu fie di ye adwuma na di ebi krampon so e de don be ya hodo wa bra wo mu ntuaka illegal connection no omunya sa nkrofo no mbecheche wo mu enam so ama abranti be ne dindi Daniel Lati we aboman e no wo jagbawe e na owo wono no illegal connection no wa ye bi wa twe nsuo wa bra wo ntuaka enam so ama Ghana Water for akwache no
Ghana Water Company Limited Accra West. When it Dansuman Police abomo homodin ama wonsa aka wura bia ne din ye ne Daniel Lati. Wonam sebua kwanso atwinso akonfe wisu kwa. Ontuaka eye illegal connection no ebi. We enama Madam Solas akomea we regional communication manager Edema Ghana Water Company Limited. Wakasa edi atudwa. Se no obi bia wonsa be so mu. Se wonam sebua kwanso wie nso abra ontuaka no enya de be ma olete. Enka ni bi nanko be ma olete. Na wankasa wakwa tina yim na ka wabobia no watu ya se na nya de obeye ne sabiem wonsa nya so mu a odo ma posifo na wahwe hunu se de obekwa kopie mu e wasem dibia o kire nsemu sei
pipe ya lay fresh no anase ye lay ya nche ye ya no ebi mu ahyase e connect omo de omo pe e connect omo ho e wo pipe no ho a eye sa no a e depriving kofo anase e ma omo a genuinely ya connect omo no e ma omo nya nsuo no se de wo se omo nya no nti wo pe nsuo a e wo se wo ba Ghana Water ho empepi ya chi obi illegal connections ta na ye buka e de ama no so wo de ontua nipa kro no etu ana ma oba na se obetua ya na ye jai ama
Ozafo yenya weja gbawe abankrachi panyi MC Onunyafo Patrick Kumo ewa ahomaso ene ne betwetwe nkomo na ne nyina ne se ebeto odwa se woni a SS abola makumaku enum asojafo a womo weja municipal assembly honomo ekoto so mo so tetegu dumping site woni yekekan ye so mo bo mo papa anache se nya asem keto akora ma enu ampo ye ne yensam troni a okopie so twetwe ho enkomo na eye MC ya bankrachi panyi Owura Patrick Kumo ekire se enema bi entwe ye nunti obetenetene no papa UTV suni so atemenka ye mpram to breka sebo suni ma hen
yeah me nya ba me joso
boko de
onyame adom bibia boko
yo papa asem ye di tu dwai kiremu ye wosi de na nkoyi enya no kra ho
yeah me nya ba enra me say me hu news no mo network so in fact me hu dream kakra na me bubel ka se ma anya me de e san se report no ebe yes I say I am twisting no but the query was and I want to put this on record security agents being free assembly hall and bu obia e wo ball and so that is one. And secondly, maybe almost two ball and no assembly has not sanctioned the dumping of refuse in that community. The Esha said somewhere last year 2021 and the Yanyan just said and Kofobi at the ball a good so that you was it immediately a tear no yema tax force no enemy ankasa ko e ko chiomo ye chiomo so ye de court e ma court no e hye say omu njai ngura na omu tugu ho no e ma court na kasa e san fine omu into court no rule ni say assembly no enko no nko carry ka be big captain na say o say kofa last right e ko gu ball and so na e kata so and I say no enya assembly na extension that operation and give me back aban sika enko to anya enko kata so into oma as the court no e chi omu say ompo ezeduma ono ye be ka ma omu mom akata saa bewura no so ho eno nti ohene na owo keteguye fa ni kopikuma no on na city saa no manim nti me trauma me lawyer assembly lawyer no say on trauma no say juma no makodi ho na e dey saa mess na ba ho no omo kata so nti onisa collect na omo letter omo lawyer so respond here e chere ye sanye no tie saa omo saa the ball no e saa that community ni mu and say no yes na omo saa de no enkoso enu nti ye saa ko hobiem e for ma omo ye chi omo so saa de omo court biem e ma last week court no e rule say omo enjoy ball na omo tugu community ni mu no na omo nkata so omo fi ho and only asem no it's security man bia na se police na so je ni bi enkopu obi tetegu ho the one say ye assembly no through our resolution no ye pie dam site you new wager when ye call Chinese paint some 10-15 years ago na ho no mutu anua e de ye kwan any national theater no nti am na kese bi beda ho nti se ye pie wager dam na ensure for ho eba community ni mu nti assembly na transfer sa dia yan take the seven go let's say be so you bia entimi emba community ni mu and nti assembly na supervise that operation no e new wager electoral area mu ho and nti ye ni omo sa am say omo operate ho no omo so nya na just say obi say ye go so ha no be ma there some few confusion between ne osa operator ne omo sitego no nti so omo pictures omo de to TV no say ya bobo amanfo ye hwetwe obi mu na no na nya assembly and yes ade no na saa asem no kwar me no ka say no wo wager divisional command me give say a criminal act I will say omo pursue that
okay
issue. So assembly has not involved in any beating of any person in Teteku. That should be on record.
Okay onabunti wana bo omo
and no na make say omo operate to new wager no boys bia omo no omo so able so and just say assembly no ni omo apamna obi so ebi o no e dia kasakasa eba omo tem e community ni na time to quality omo tem but the assembly and as a security agency and a board that should be taken care of.
Okay honorable nkofo no mususu a wo musa soldier for na bo omo
minya ba and make sure say time omo ba the office make sure omo say because the issue is in court you know I didn't want to speak to the issue but they can come and investigate whether it was a security guy or anybody that handle anybody in that community. I'm saying that is not true. If you want the true information, go to the wager division. The issue is over there, and they will tell you what really ensued over there. No security agent has touched anybody in that community, and I want to put that thing on record. And mind you, that operation over there is illegal. And so far as I've made the point that nobody is going to dump in that community, no one is going to dump in that community. And the court has also ruled that nobody should dump in that community. And for that matter, we will make sure that anybody that goes in there will be a contempt of court, and then we'll carry it out from there.
Honorable Yati, Yadasi.
And to be about because in Semiba say now, more reporters know they should get the clear information before they put them on air.
Honorable, as my editor that I am power, who cry no, time means I can better
what they are putting on the screen is what is the fact on the ground, which is not so.
Honorable Yati, but yes, you are sure was a UTV dear. Answer the assembly betu jano. Yes, you shame the chrono papa. And in some now, Wokas and Yano Creno. Yeah, dear. And I won't show more than some new two jano. Your one ya bo mono. Woman swasa, I just a soldier for near, or make us a near soldier for. But what they waka, Yati, Yenina, yes, Yandi, Yedasi. I was for Ononyan for Patrick Kumo, where you a bank cratchy penny or wager, Bawi, about to impetuous or no, and a not Yeneno, a Cassano, yet work as a bono as so. A passenger for one more a war priestia, Yan and Tiasa, one about a sapayas and good to answer a drop of 4, one at the answer as you was say, one tea at Tia, Moko strike, where sit down strike, when ya dear. One ebekwa adwuma wache won se gwom wo mu nya adwuma na nsanie enam so ama passenger fo a wo mu opom honom wonom abo asesa
se ne mo amofa so mo ba mu ye akwan ne dia asai se ka akwan na asai no nko ade a ana sen ka at least ya bubo boma ya beto e pass na sisi ya nkasa nipa na yusu cars ya po mu den nyina ato asi car no uko ba ko ba also uko shop 3 days na 3 days na wakɔ no mpo no ɛna adeɛ na wotɔ no nso mpo ɛyɛ adeɛ a ebi ɛbɛ last time a nkɔ a ɛnya din driver for ne car owners ahwɛ hu sɛ sɛbi yɛn kasa ya pom din no yɛanhwɛ ne yie na sɛ yɛdi akyerɛ sɛ yɛbɛtɔ car no ho nneɛma sɛbi nipa part yɛntɔ sisi ano okɔ hospital a sɛ nurses a mo prestia ɛne ne nkɔ aso bɛka no kora ne private hospitals a mo ka no kora driver for a yɛ report yɛn sisi sɛbi wa asɛm nyanyansɛm nyinaa na yɛka driver for dodoɔ na amo yire no mpo bo amkɔ adu Ghana mpanimfoɔ yɛ MPs yɛ municipal chief executives assemblymen in particular prestia yɛ driver for
planning yɛ yɛrebrɛ timpefunu wɔn boy planning yɛ sɛ hawa no wɔn boy
but MC oni nananom ina president na kasa wo da yɛrebrɛ yɛ kwana yɛ kɔ aha to Bisia aha to Jurugu aha to Takrade e na kasa bono and Kuruma sisa wa kasa nipa e dodge bottles Hey, it's a 1 hour. 30 minutes. 1 hour. And some of the Bogaso. Yeah, time be tight. On your politics. And you bring out to 10 days. Say one PP. Say one DC. On your politics as
Yadika Sebono Ekwama Hudrosu Sem Nigeria Memu and Ayeko, Yanyan in TSA Nigerian University Sahudrono, Ayade Atutu Ebimu Achaye Pa. Nano Enna Enumefa Wamo Ewa Nigeria Bikrampo Aya Achacha Fono, one Matu Wogun Egu Montinswa, one Ayo Yetre Edi Etia Abino, Ewo a year Nigeria so upon Hudrose say what to mono. Nansma 1 year Ayo Yetre Bia Workers Union no, Edi to join Nachra say, Ayadia Diabano Ayan was say and Chimano Edachi, a woman swim. As I says, you are point ya what to move a day and Nakoda, bet to me and Aquan Aquan Macako to an edition so ama ni woman swam conkai our Dachi mono to me SCP. And I'm so I'm a National Labour Congress no one a day at 2 dress a coin bia so. I was say Abano or to me a beer university who draw one at 2 minutes a bay, bet to my bomb the Suani at the chair to me Akosuye. Now my bono cosuchi mochine do bosha when you fear Adriana and soon 47 years or no and a year organized. Emma Oyechra Womo Eyeno and Osaka Socialist Democratic Movements no ehu what should I say Kwen Bia Swono say Abano Eshe na say want to me MBA University ni dia ne one fast afọ na ma wo mo ankasaba ko bi what should I say a free afi February bosumi ni mu no public universities anampo university ahodoa eye abano edia no watum ni nyina ne say wo mo wages anampo mo akatu a wo mo ege no e no mo kokasa ho abana ebofu anam so ama wo atumu enam so ama se de o ye kire no wonum eguso e wo Nigeria mountain titru any Lagos mountain so a enye asam ketwa enim ado e de agudie mu nsam e beto aso ye twen ho abasisia